Hundreds of entrepreneurs battle to be on Money Hunt.
Graham Beecham with Active Software Corporation. Our business plan calls for $3 million for sales and marketing.
Our business plan currently calls for $10 million to be used for development.
Our business plan currently calls for $5.5 million in funding for development.
Our business plan calls for $20 million, which we will use for research and development.
Only 2 will make our show, and only 1 will win time with our Money Hunt Mentor. Stay tuned. Money Hunt is brought to you by Excite. Money Hunt is also made possible by Register.com, a first step for businesses and individuals starting their presence on the internet. And Jordan Industries, acquirers and builders of entrepreneurial ventures in a variety of industries.
Welcome to Money Hunt, the one place entrepreneurs have a shot at proving they've got a great idea, a good plan, and the passion to pull it all together. It's not so easy growing a business. We're going to find out who's got what it takes. I'm Miles Spencer. Let's play Money Hunt.
Hi, I'm Cliff Ennico. We scour the country looking for America's hottest new companies, and we invite some of the best to come on this show and try to convince our Money Hunt panel of experts that they've got a great breakaway idea. Sometimes they can do it, sometimes they can't. But at the end, one of our guests receives some free help and guidance from our Money Hunt mentor.
And for this show, it's John Bailey, founder and CEO of Dendrite International, a publicly traded software company. John, welcome back to Money Hunt.
Thank you, Miles. It's always fun.
Our theme for the show is software companies, and what will you be looking for from today's entrepreneurs?
I think really scalability. The couple of very strong ideas, really good market niche. I want to see which one looks like it can actually build to a good-sized business.
Great.
Okay, let's go get him. Our first guest was the Money Hunt TV winner from the Capital Network Southwest Venture Capital Conference in Dallas, Texas. Kathleen Piper of Safe Connect is backstage right now with Money Hunt's Monica Wright.
Thanks, Cliff. Kathleen, welcome to Money Hunt.
Thank you.
Your business plan calls for $10 million.
That's correct.
Your company offers protection on the internet. What a
Yes.
wonderful idea.
Thank you, yes.
How many times have you pitched your plan?
6 times.
Well, this makes number 7. Kathleen, the door is opening. Good luck with your pitch
Thank
on Money
you
Hunt.
so much. Thank you.
Safe Connect is an internet site and service that provides a filtered internet access so your kids don't see all the icky, ugly stuff on the internet.
That's correct.
Kathleen, welcome to Money Hunt.
Thank you very much.
How'd you get the idea for this business? How did this business get started?
Well, first off the bat, I'm a mother. And as a mother and as a parent, I was concerned about not only what my children could run into on the internet accidentally and intentionally, but oftentimes there's just different kinds of strange links that will come up for them. They can see things they don't need to see yet. But there's a lot of wonderful information on the internet for them to have access to, and I wanted them to have that ability.
Now, I understand you brought Cliff. It's actually a commercial.
Yes.
Let's cue it up on the screen and listen to what you offer.
Come on, Mom. Can't we get the internet, please? You can go shopping on it, and I can look up lots of cool stuff.
You know the reasons why you don't have the internet. We've gotten rid of them. We're Safe Connect, an internet blocking service that works. Unlike software programs, we filter out the internet's dark side at the server. We monitor chat rooms and get rid of inappropriate adult material, so the bad stuff never reaches your family, just the good. Let us do the same for your family for only $20 a month.
Why can't we get the internet? You can look up recipes and stuff.
Kathleen, I noticed in the commercial you focused on, come on, Mom. Is Mom really the decision maker in terms of internet service at home?
I think she is. Mom's usually the caretaker, the one that takes care of the nest at home and is more involved with the children's activities and where they are and what they're doing. So I think she's the one that really has to understand this, and she's kind of the researcher anyway for the family, I think, oftentimes.
Hey, Kathleen, let's ask the question, how do you filter the content? If let's say I'm a mom and I want to go online, how can I be sure that the bad stuff gets filtered out?
Well, first off the bat, we have already a list, a blacklist, if you will, that has in it hundreds of thousands of sites that we already know are not accessible.
Okay, tough question. How do you make the bad list, the blacklist?
Well, exactly. That was one of mine, and I want to chug off his point. You talked about your filtering philosophy gets rid of tasteless humor. Are you playing God or pastor here?
Yeah, no, that's
is
really... Is
South Park filtered or not?
That's a tough one. South Park would be filtered because of the language, but that is a tough one. We're taking our technology to even a further step right now. Right now we sort of have a one-size-fits-all, if you will, but at the present time we are working with a unique group of research scientists to be able to personalize. So you could go in and say what you can and cannot have access to.
Who's the competitor?
The competitors would be, there's several competitors that offer the same type of thing, like a Mayberry, USA, .safe, those kinds.
Okay, they're a lot bigger, right? They've got endless amounts of money they can throw at it. Where are you going to scale up your research from compared with the amount of dollars they can throw at the same problem?
Well, the unique niche that we have is the development of our own technology. A lot of companies will lease out their technology to do their filtering, and that's what we did in the very beginning. Now we're in the process of building our own technology, our own intellectual property that will be able to do these searches on a much more versatile
now,
way.
Kathleen, you charge as a ISP and $20 a month, but you also have the filtering technology. Can you split the two apart and have one asset that's in filtering and another that's basically just the ISP?
Absolutely, we can. Plus, in addition to that, we have a portal called efamily.net, and that portal is available now, of course, on the internet, and the whole idea of that portal is to have a place where families can come together safely and get all kinds of information.
Kathleen, why can't people do this on America Online? Because you're charging the same way that they charge for the service, as a monthly fee or a per access fee. I mean, doesn't America Online and some of the other large sites like CompuServe do exactly the same thing? Not
exactly the same thing, no. Their filtering technology is slightly different. They have oftentimes a whitelist, which is a group of areas where the kids can go in that they know are safe. Children will get frustrated if they're doing research projects and have to do more. They can't get the information they need. It's not readily available. It's blocked off. Mom and dad have to come in and help them bypass the system.
From the ISP side of your business, what are you going to do about competition coming into the marketplace from totally free internet services, cable modems, DSL alternatives that are basically taking away that monthly fee for internet access?
We've got a plan for that present at the moment. We're working on the cable and all the other opportunities to access the internet. But more importantly, we've looked at what if we change the model of our service, and the technology puts us in a totally unique position.
Okay, you're going to run a server, and you're going to use the server so that it's dynamically being updated.
That's correct.
And the argument is that because it's different from the whitelist concepts, you'll be able to keep it cleaner and fresher.
Right.
Okay, it seems to me that the closer you go there to a blacklist concept, the more you're coming into this problem of whether you're going to play God or not. Now, if parents are online and they think that you're too strict, can they bring it back a shade of gray? Or
yes.
Is it, okay.
That's the interesting thing, is that we will rate a site in multiple categories to whether it rates 30% possibly on adult content, maybe 70% on hate and discrimination, so then they can do a balance of what they would like to see.
Now, Kathleen, you were the winner in Texas, and one of the reasons that you were chosen was this idea that you floated at the time, though it wasn't in the business plan, of marketing your service through church groups. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Certainly. What we want to be able to do by offering this service is to be able to go into church groups, school groups, PTA groups, in addition to just direct to the end user consumer, and be able to say, we can offer the service to your group, and in the end, we will then share with you.
Have you begun to do that yet?
We have begun to do that with a few groups, yes.
Yeah, I was just going to ask now, if you take that out to the church groups, and you take it out to the schools, etc., is there anyone else who's doing the same thing that's going to represent an on-site competitor for you?
There are a few that are doing it to the schools directly, but they are pretty much the one-size-fits-all.
Kathleen, no filtering technology is 100% effective,
That's correct.
and most moms that I know have zero tolerance for porn. if even one site slips through, doesn't that blow your whole credibility?
Not really. I think everyone knows there's no guarantee and it's 100% safe. We also enlist our subscribers to help us. If you find a site that you think is a little bit on the gray area, we're going to take a look at that and we're going to help work through that and make our decision based on that.
Management and money real quick. Your
Yes.
business plan calls for some capital. How much? What would you use it for?
$10 million, and a lot of that is earmarked for advertising and marketing to get ourselves out there, let everybody know real strongly who we are and what we offer, because we think a lot of it's an educational process too.
Congratulations making it through our filter.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a short break.
Thanks.
Come back with our second guest after this.
Hi, I'm Robin Schatz from Business Week Frontier with a tip for entrepreneurs. A past business failure or credit problem doesn't have to hurt your chances of getting money this time around. Remember, businesses often do fail, and yes, entrepreneurs do make mistakes. The real question is what you've learned from those failures and those miscalculations. If you take responsibility for your errors and show what you plan to do differently in your new venture, lenders and investors are much more likely to put their faith in you.
Time to answer a question from one of our viewers. Lisa DeJohn watches us on KLRU, Austin, Texas. I just filed a trade name certificate for my new retail store. Lo and behold, someone on the other side of town has the exact same name and wants to shut me down. Is there anything I can do about that? Well, it depends. If the other business was in business before you started yours, there really ain't nothing you can do about it. A trade name certificate doesn't give you any legal right to the name. It's just an announcement to the world that you are doing business using that name. So you'll probably have to change your name. If that other business came in after you got started, there is something you could do. You may be able to claim your name as a common law trademark and sue for infringement. Talk to your lawyer about that one. If you have a question for us, you can ask it on the internet. Go to excite.com, go to the search box, type in Money Hunt, and we'll be right there for you. Our next guest is Alan Browning of Vision Quest, and he's backstage right now with Money Hunt's Monica Wright.
Thanks, Cliff. Alan, welcome to Money Hunt. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Your business plan calls for $5 million. What's the strongest part of your business plan?
I believe it's our scalability of technologies from small to enterprise companies.
You think Miles and Cliff will agree?
I think so.
The door is opening. Good luck with your pitch on Money Hunt today.
Thank you.
Vision Quest, based in Tustin, California, is a software developer whose leading product, IntelliTrax, helps the moving industry manage its entire business from top to bottom. Alan, welcome to Money Hunt.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how this company got started.
Well, Vision Quest developed from our proprietary development of ISO 9000 compliant quality systems for the moving industry.
Okay, now we're talking about enterprise management solutions. Is that basically what we're talking about here?
Well, IntelliTrax itself scales from a small independent company all the way up to enterprise solutions.
Let's look at it from the user's perspective. So what you're telling me is that, if my lampshade, my favorite grandmother's lampshade gets damaged in transit through the movers, this software will actually help track down what happened?
Well, it will for the mover. The mover will be able to track the shipment and determine where the shipment was, and depending on how the inventories were taken during transit, it'll help them pin that down, yes.
Got it.
I understand you brought a little presentation on your computer. Why don't you cue that up and we can see it in the screen. Tell us what we're seeing about IntelliTrax.
Well, this is a diagram of the process flow starting from the point of sales all the way through the accounting system for the moving company, and IntelliTrax is able to manage every aspect. We do it with proprietary technologies as well as integration with leading companies such as Goldmine and Sage, and the entire system runs on Microsoft SQL Server for instant scalability.
Okay.
The program's easy user interface is focused on developing profiles around companies so that the moving company is able to know who they're doing business with. The strength of IntelliTrax is in the order entry process. The customer service person is consistently prompted through the technologies to make the next step and take the next action.
Bar on the left, literally
That's correct, right here.
A
It's
checklist of what's been completed in the process.
That's
and what
correct, and what has not.
Thanks.
Okay, but this does more than just track products. It's not just a logistics program. Am I right about that?
That's correct. It's able to profile both vendors, customers, agents that are associated within the van lines families. It tracks the drivers, the fleet, warehousing.
What hardware do they need? Do they have to upgrade? Because I wouldn't have thought that the moving business has a lot of real up-to-date hardware.
It does not. If you buy the standard edition of IntelliTrax, it'll run on any 486 PC running Windows 95 or 98. It scales all the way up to enterprise class through AS400 or Windows NT.
Now, how many moving companies are using this right now?
Currently, we're in production with 2 companies that are running it in a beta test for us right now.
Do they do a lot of customization, or is it out of the box?
Out of the box, you still have customization to do because you have to set up all your own profiles based on the company's needs, and those MoveTrack steps are also based on the process of the company itself.
So doesn't that get awfully labor intensive?
Not really, because most companies know what their processes are, and because Vision Quest has a unique...
Are they touching code, or are they...
No, there is no code. They go to a separate screen and they just fill in the blanks. All you have to do is
so
left
you got
click.
builders or something underneath it?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
You started as a systems integrator, and now you're developing into a software developer. What makes you feel confident it's the right approach for the growth of your company?
Because there isn't another solution in the moving industry in the household division for this particular software product. The technologies, as was pointed out, are very old and outdated, and they need to be brought into something more user-friendly than the Unix world.
What are you going to do? I mean, how big is this market?
This market's about $68 billion strong if you look at all the movers within the United States.
How many, let's try it again, how many users in the marketplace?
About 3,000 enterprise-level moving companies with about 25 users per enterprise, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 or 80,000.
I mean, Alan, logistics programs are nothing new. I know that there's a company, McHugh Software, that's producing a product called Trax for the last 10 years that does logistics and stuff for movers and other players, too, in the transportation industry. Realistically, I mean, you're not the only person out there. How big is the market for your product?
Well, the market is almost every household relocation company there is. You got to differentiate your product from transportation, which is a very broad classification, down to the segments, whether it's commercial transit or CTD, as well as household basic containerized transportation of fruits, vegetables.
What's your business model? Are you looking at software as the business model, or have you got a big service component behind it? How does this work?
We have a complete solution because of our partnerships with companies like Hewlett-Packard and Concentric and Microsoft. We're able to go in and install the hardware they need all the way up to the software and service, and we are currently building a help desk and call center to support all of the activities.
Alan, tell me, your customers today, how do they currently manage their operations, and what do they gain from switching to your system?
Well, a good portion of them, especially the smaller mom and pop movers, do it on ledger sheets and spreadsheets by hand for the most part, because there isn't a software program that is in the small end of the Windows technology for them to use. Either that or they'll use an off-the-shelf product like QuickBooks or BusinessWorks.
How much would they be paying an entry-level company? Because I imagine that most of your potential market are in fact the smaller movers.
About $700 a user.
Okay.
And what's the possibility for upgrading? I mean, are there annual upgrades? Do you make money on razor and blades?
Well, the biggest upgrade is in the rating system, and I don't know if you're familiar with the moving industry, but every single state has their own tariff that you move a shipment under, and so our biggest challenge is to maintain the 50 tariffs plus the national tariffs so that their tariffing is always correct.
Good value add. Now, your business plan calls for some capital of $5 million, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
What would you use that for?
Our biggest upfront need right now is to develop a help desk and call center. We have the technologies in place, we have all our partnerships in place, but what we need to do is ramp up to support our product. We're growing so quickly, we'll lose it if we don't maintain that.
You're not going to outsource that?
No, I'm not.
Alan, what's your promotion strategy? How do you get the word out?
Right now, it's mostly word of mouth and the conventions that the van lines put on, which is more than substantial to maintain our rate of growth.
What could you be doing better there, especially for the mom and pop movers?
Being able to help them understand the technologies, not just IntelliTrax, but the efficiency that they can gain from just basically having a PC.
2 betas, that's a good start. How much business will this represent to you in the next year?
This product line will be about 1/3 of all of Vision Quest revenues, even though we do plenty of other products outside of this just being one product.
Now, your plan talks about moving beyond the moving industry. Who would the next target be for this?
Might be commercialized container systems. We also have other niche markets within the household relocations, such office and industrial relocations and international shipping as well.
Alan, if you're fortunate enough to get your capital in this round, would you add anybody to your management team?
My main focus would probably be a director of technologies, somebody that's constantly scouring for the new technologies. One of the hardest things about a small entrepreneurial company is you almost have to spend as much resources maintaining your understanding of technology as it is to build your own technology.
So we're going to move on to our next segment, where we'll have a discussion with our mentor, and he'll pick a winner right after this.
The Holy Grail is in your hands. You have made a public offering of your stock, you are worth millions on paper, and your picture is on the front page of every business magazine. But you now have to file quarterly and annual reports with government agencies. Your board of directors will can you if your quarterly earnings drop 2%, and you have to issue press releases every time you buy paper clips. Have some champagne and get back to work.
Welcome back to Money Hunt. Before we wrap this up and our mentor picks a winner, let's flesh these plans out. First one's Kathleen from Safe Connect, filtering software for the internet. One of the things that was interesting is being able to get shades of gray in those filters rather than just a black list and a white list. I thought that was important. She's got to adjust her model to adapt to what's happening in the marketplace with free internet service. What I saw is an important part to her success, or her future success, a marketing partner with moral authority and some broadcast assets to champion the benefits of the internet, but also propose a solution for their constituents.
Right. I mean, nobody can argue with this concept. Nobody can be in favor of pornography and hate speech. But when you start getting into some of these gray areas, I think she's got some real censorship issues and First Amendment issues that she's going to have to address. Also, no filtering technology that I'm aware of is 100% effective. If she even lets one porn site through, it's going to blow her credibility big time.
I'm concerned about the same thing. I think it's an excellent idea. I think it's one of these things that each of us who's a parent is worried about this problem. In the most cases, we can't solve it, and it's nice that she's got an answer, but I'm worried that from the commercialization viewpoint, we may get caught here that something comes out of left field and invalidates her model.
I mean, it's a partial answer to that issue, but I don't think there's anything out there better today, and she is first mover in the space. If she can bifurcate...
But America Online and CompuServe do have their kid-friendly areas, Miles. There is
That's
some
true, but as she said, that white space, not black space. That's correct.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the second one. Alan from Vision Quest, moving software. Huge market, no doubt about it. Very fragmented, not early adopters in the technology space. I see that as an opportunity. I'm still looking for the lamp I lost in a move from 5 years ago. But I think he needed to really focus in on the plan. He talked about the IntelliTrax product, but his business plan was really all over the place.
All over the place. But you're right, he's got a big market underserved, especially in the small mom and pop mover end. Of course, reaching those people is going to be difficult. He's going to have to adopt a mass marketing strategy that's going to require bucks. Also, in the moving industry, the product has to be tailored. It has to be customized because every mover has a different configuration. It's going to be hard for him to remember, am I a software company or am I a consulting firm?
I think that's so true. I love niche businesses. They've got a great place where they can use their expertise to get real market advantage. But he's got to go after a very diverse customer base. I don't think $5 million is enough, and I'm also worried that the company has got a lot of other things to do, even fully advanced. He said this is only a third of their sales. So the niche business is great, but he may not have the focus on this new product.
Now, having said that, he does have an advantage. There are some logistics programs that are out there for the moving industry. Trax is one that I'm aware of, but all it does is logistics and distribution management. It doesn't carry it to the next level like his does. That is a competitive advantage if he can get the message out.
But you know, you're talking about a niche within a niche. I don't think this is a venture type of deal. He's going to have to look for sources of funds from other places, maybe a partnership or maybe some angels, because I don't see him being able to build an end enterprise value that's going to attract the VCs that are looking for billion and $10 billion market caps today.
And he's got an exit strategy as a result of that, because if this is only one part of the business, what do you do with the other two parts after this has grown to a substantial point?
Yeah. I'd love to see him develop like a shrink-wrap version for the truly small, where he just sells it once and then just sells the upgrades on a razor and blades basis.
Yeah, then you have to be careful of the ASP market, though.
Yes.
I mean, the application services providers can come in, they provide the stuff at $1 a day or whatever, and that's a typical place where the internet is rapidly changing the way in which traditional software has had a market appeal.
Hey, John, our rules say that you got to pick one guest to give a little bit of help to. Who's it going to be? Kathleen from Safe Connect or Alan from Vision Quest?
Well, I like really both of these companies. I think they've both got serious challenges, but I think they've both got the potential of the idea to develop and worthy of development.
Stringing us along.
But I think I'm going to go with Kathleen, because I think the most interesting challenge that she's got is the marketing of this product, and I think as a parent, it's going to have wide appeal if she can get it right.
Oh, and that's when you're a genius at. Let's go backstage with Monica Wright.
Kathleen, a quick response to the analysis.
Very right on, but I'm excited. I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to the help from the mentor. I think there's a lot of opportunity. We know there's challenges, but we're ready to face them.
And Alan, your response?
I think they're pretty right on. However, I think that not enough people pay attention to the moving industry, and somebody needs to pay attention to all aspects and can't just niche market into one focused area.
Kathleen, congratulations.
Thank you
won an
so
hour of our
much.
mentor's time.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you both for
Thanks.
being here on Money Hunt today.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Tina.
Miles,
It's a
back to
pleasure.
you.
Monica, Money Hunt's all about learning to be a better entrepreneur, and a big part of that process is our mentor, John Bailey. Thanks for coming back on Money Hunt.
Thank you very much.
One last question before we leave. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Miles, I think that's really quite easy. I was told by someone whose advice I really value, make sure that I concentrate on what my best customers need and make sure that I'm the one they turn to get that solution to their problems.
So you think this is easy, making a moving presentation before the Money Hunt panel while we do our best to filter out all the good stuff? It's not.
I can't beat that. If you think you're one of those guests that John referred to as being a great one, get in touch with us through our online audition. Maybe it's time you start your Money Hunt.
Starting or growing your own business? Miles and Cliff have 27 rules to help you succeed. Based on actual events from our Money Hunt guests, this book is full of timeless stories and valuable lessons for today's entrepreneur. Purchase your copy by calling 1-800-925-0745. For $25 plus $3 shipping and handling, Money Hunt's 27 rules are also available at bookstores nationwide or by ordering from our website at www.moneyhunt.com. Money Hunt is brought to you by Excite. Money Hunt is also made possible by register.com, a first step for businesses and individuals starting their presence on the internet. And Jordan Industries, acquirers and builders of entrepreneurial ventures in a variety of industries.